So, even though I kind of already had an idea of what I needed to be improving, I've kind of found that this game here, I feel like I still did what I needed to do, but ended up losing anyway. So I feel like the best course of action now is to just watch over this. My stats weren't amazing, and I'm going to be using a technique of essentially counting how my deaths were caused. I was lagging a lot, so which made my aiming quite useless. So there is potential that it's a mechanical error that's causing a lot of these deaths, but I feel like that's just the only way to really test this out now, is to go back and count how my deaths went. So here I do rotate to the high ground. I see Hog doesn't get anything with his hook, so I can't farm any early charges with that. I drop to low ground to try and distract and to just try and put a bit of cart pressure. I can also this way try and build some early charge. Like that 16 charge there, plus it draws the Hog out, as opposed to make him think he should push. And as you see here, I'm going to pop bubble, get a fair amount of charge, and then I can disengage slightly. I'm waiting until I get a little bit more bubble back, and then I'm going to walk forwards. I get around about 60 charge there, I can walk forward again, and I pop bubble to disengage, which is a fairly smart play from me, and which is what I've been told I need to focus on, understanding. And there we go. There's immediately I thought the soldier cheered because of my life. It's a good bubble for me. Whether or not you can count that.
That's what I like to see. Keep it moving.
I should have been tracking that everybody except for me and Anna was dead here and that we haven't had any kills. Although I don't think we were going to back away, so I think that was more of just a, I think that was a good death.
To put a stop to their push.
Look and reload.
Maybe a different angle.
Your team has lost the game.
They're pushed further than us. Fight back.
Well, I guess actually no, I'm going to call that an awareness death. Here, soldier pops ult, I'm checking around, I'm making sure that nobody else is in the firing line of that. Using, and then knowing that I don't need to use bubble. Another good bubble built early charge. I am going to push in here early, but that's only because I'm up with charge and we've used nano. We do kill that Moira, which I'm completely unaware of, and I'm going to throw this grab out. Again, here I started struggling with aim, so I didn't know where I was shooting. I was struggling with lag. All in all, that's a very good fight there.
My ultimate's almost ready.
Fire in place.
It's a good way to farm early charge, because I'm going to have the bubble back soon anyway. Realistically here, where I'm playing is a fairly smart position because I can use the bot and it's an easy to back up position. Hog does use hook there. I should have pushed in earlier to try and build some early charge before going in now. In this situation I had no charge and then I don't even pop bubble there to stay alive. Although I don't think that would have saved us. If we go back and have another look at it.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
I do kind of get caught out in a bad position here.
They took
Team kill.
a fox is
And
not
engage
twice
into a
in the
6
same
stack,
snare.
not tracking ultimates. I'm gonna say that's another awareness death. Just understanding whether where is and isn't a good place to push. I see that my soldier's pushing down the left side here, so I should realistically either back up over to that left side to either support them, or go round main to try and take some attention. But instead, I wait too long, and now because of that, soldier dies there. indecisiveness leads to that death, and now we're down a player for this fight.
Let's kick this
Pop
off.
another early bubble there to try and get charge, and I almost get our Kiriko kills with the core bubble. I then wake up and ulting Soldier. I've got no bubbles, but I am max charge, so as long as we can restabilise here, I can get a bubble. We should be able to take a pretty early fight. Anna dying is unfortunate there. Here I'm just double checking where people are, making sure that neither of them need a bubble.
Feels like selling.
So we've got 2 bubbles now. I could realistically, I should engage here slightly. I noticed that the soldier's out of position, and I'm trying to punish him, but my tracking is just mechanically I'm being let down. I'd say that's a good grab, although I don't follow up on it. I should immediately start pushing in there. Either way, once I reach this high charge, that's when Zarya becomes most effective. Especially when she's got bubbles, or when Kiriko can work with her to give her short bubble cooldowns. Again, I don't feel like I recognised my power spike properly there. I see that my Ana and Soldier are back there, and I was coming to them for them to come back, but they weren't listening. And I believe that one of them is going to die now. No, I get a good bubble, but we have to back up now. Because they're caught up in the back line. So we have to turn around to try and deal for them. Another really good bubble. I'm max charge here. Because of that double ult, it just means I have to back up and get caught out there. I would personally attribute that death to having to turn round, but I should have been round earlier. And I'd say that my positioning there really just let the whole team down. Although you could potentially argue that that death was fine. And that is a positional problem. Or actually no, I'd say that's more of an awareness issue. Understanding the space that I need to be pushing into there. And knowing that that space is not safe to go into. We're already up 3, we're down on Kiriko, but this should be a fight win. Another really good bubble gets early charge.
Can't beat me.
I have claimed the robot. I'm with you.
And we take that fight without me.
What's up? Greetings.
Another really good bubble. And now we can turn around and try and punish that hog. I shot him a little bit too early. And our follow-up bubble, we do trade that. And then lag starts kicking in there, so I just have no idea where to aim. Although I need to have another look at that fight to know exactly what the cause of my death was. So I do well against the Genji. I think once that fight breaks down and the Ana dies, I have to push forward because my Ana walks close in, and then Hog pops ult, which just makes it really hard. To a certain degree, I maybe should have just bubbled Ana and allowed Soldier to deal with it. I feel like, again, I'm probably going to attribute that to awareness based, but awareness also factors into position as well there. A lot of the time my position is
A fox is not taken twice in the same snare.
not optimal, but that's because of my awareness and understanding when and where I should be pushing and when I shouldn't be pushing.
I'm here. Keep fighting.
Let the kitsune guide you.
use an early bubble, get a bit of charge, and then I see the Reaper teleport behind, but it's all like too late to save my armor. Throw a grab in here, another good grab. I had to step directly into it, but that's fine. A power spike there was good because I already had a bit of charge, so I knew if I grab in and then bubble the second time, I'd get extra power. Extra charge. And then we'd be able to get follow-ups on it.
My ultimate's charging.
Nano boost is charging.
I know the hog is behind, so I'm just trying to stay with my Anna and make sure she doesn't get caught out by it. And then once I see her down, once I see the hog down main, I know exactly where we're going to be engaged with her. I'm not paying enough attention to the Reaper on the back line, and now my Kiriko has just died as well. Which watching her gameplay, I just need to know how she dies here. So she teleports into me, that's just an unlucky death. To be honest, I see that we pop ult, we pop soldier ult.
They took the robot. Time to make up ground.
There's no way for me to get out here. I'm gonna say that that's a good death, it's just an unlucky fight.
A danger
60
for
seconds
half
remaining.
avoided.
At your service.
There was just an ult stamp, and I don't think you can really give a solid reason for why I died there. I think it was just they used a bunch of ults, I had to engage with the bubble, and once that happened the fight was over. They had the coalescence and the whole hog, so it was going to be a tough fight either way. After reviewing the results, I only had 7 deaths in the game. 2 of them I've rated as good deaths, where there wasn't much more I could do in the situation and I played it almost perfect. I mean, I didn't play it perfectly, but it was fairly unpreventable. So after that, now I need to put into plan how I'm going to change this and what I'm going to do to try and prevent any games like that happening again where I have abnormally high amount of deaths for minutes played. So the next step for me is going to be to focus on awareness, so not engaging onto a full stack of players when the hog is still behind and focusing me, and knowing when to push and when not to push.
Chew on that.
Also, another key thing is going to be, or another problem that could have maybe had an effect on that game though, was also lag. Because of that, it made it very hard for me to go in and pressure backline like I would normally. And usually as a high charge Zarya, I would be able to walk into the backline and get a kill and then be able to disengage before being punished for it. But because of the lag, that meant that mechanically I was just at a massive disadvantage and couldn't find the value that I wanted to. And I should have been able to recognise this sooner. And because I didn't,
You tangled with the wrong
I
man.
died a lot more. So going forward, just recognising the threat, recognising the situation and changing and adapting plan according to that, and not
Y'all had it.
just having one set strict plan no matter what comp I'm playing against and what the situation is for me.
I'll never miss